Welcome to this short video about the Lillooet West proposed land use redesignation for future social housing. The District of North Vancouver is proposing to redesignate and rezone a district-owned site on Lillooet Road for non-market rental housing, which the district terms as social housing. The site is shown outlined in yellow and is located at the southwest corner of the intersection of Old Lillooet and Lillooet Roads, just up the hill from the Holiday Inn. The district's rental and affordable housing strategy identified a real need for affordable rental housing for lower and moderate income households. The city has responded with a number of housing policies, including leveraging its lands to build housing not typically delivered by the market. Suitable sites for social and supportive housing have been identified, and the site at Lillooet is one of them. To move from idea to actual housing on the ground takes years, but it starts with having the right municipal regulations in place that permit a social housing project. This proposal is about amending the official community plan and zoning bylaw to permit social housing at Lillooet West. The intention is to apply to BC Housing's Community Housing Fund, or CHF, for funding on this site. Rental buildings funded by the CHF are mixed income rental buildings. 50% of the tenants qualify for rents geared to a third of their income. 20% of the tenants are receiving deep subsidy government assistance, and the remaining 30% of the tenants pay low end of market rates. The site itself is a district-owned property located at the southwest corner of Old Lillooet and Lillooet Roads on the upper plateau above the Holiday Inn. The site is approximately 2.4 acres, or just under 10,000 square meters in size. The site is steeply sloped at the south end, next to the Holiday Inn, but it is well suited for development at the north end, where the grade flattens out. This slide shows the historic air photo from 1992, showing how most of the site was cleared of vegetation in the past. Today, when we look at the site, we see a mix of trees with older and more mature specimens along the south and edge of the site. For this reason, it's anticipated that future construction will be focused at the north end of the site, thereby maximizing the preservation of mature trees. The site is within the Linmore Inter-River neighborhood. This neighborhood is predominantly a mix of townhouses and low-rise apartments. Linmore Elementary School is approximately 3 blocks away, or a 5-minute walk. The school does have capacity, and for many years the district has worked closely with the school district to focus family-oriented housing in this neighborhood to help bolster school enrollment. The Superstore grocery store is 1 large block away to the south, and a corner store is located to the west. The neighborhood is well served by transit because of the proximity to Capilano University and its UPass program. There is a bus stop on Lillooet Road in close proximity to the site. These images show some of the nearby housing projects, which are predominantly a mix of low-rise apartments and townhouses. There is also the Holiday Inn nearby, as well as the Lillooet Trail Market, a commercial space below a low-rise apartment building. The site is currently designated in the official community plan as commercial residential mixed use, as well as parks and open space, and is currently zoned as interim industrial. The proposal is to work with the density of the current OCP designation, but apply a residential designation to allow any future development to be either predominantly or entirely residential. This residential designation and zoning will give greater flexibility to design a right-sized social housing project on the site. The proposed amendment to the official community plan would redesignate the site to residential level 5, predominantly residential development in a low-rise apartment building form, up to 6 stories. The maximum density would be 1.75 FSR. The zoning bylaw amendment would rezone the site to Comprehensive Development Zone CD 146, which permits a low-rise apartment building form. It would include a mix of potential complementary uses that may be appropriate for the site, and minimum parking requirements are removed so that parking can be based on the needs of the project. At this point in the process, the district is proposing to amend the regulations, but it does not have the funding in place, and there are no designs or drawings for housing on this site as of yet. However, we do know the type of housing that is being considered, and that is apartment form social housing, like these images of other similar projects. This slide presents a timeline of the work that the district has been doing to prioritize rental and social housing. In August, BC Housing announced a new intake for CHF applications. Lillooet was chosen as the desired site for that application and was given first reading at Council on October 3rd. We are now in the virtual public information meeting period, running from October 5th to October 18th. There will also be an in-person public information meeting on October 11th at the Holiday Inn. The public hearing for the project will be on October 24th. If the bylaws are approved, a chosen nonprofit partner will apply to the Community Housing Fund with a proposed social housing project for Lillooet. If BC Housing funds the project, the nonprofit housing provider will work with the district over the next year to design the building in detail, including community input on that design as part of the development permit process. If you have any questions, please use the chat function on the website or contact the development planner, Tamsin Guppy. The district is also hosting an in-person open house on the evening of October 11th at the Holiday Inn in the Seymour Room. Please drop by to learn more about the project.